Hi, Lucas. Hello. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good
Yeah.
evening to all.
Hello. It's wonderful Wednesday.
Yes, how are
Yes,
you?
yes. Bye, I'm good, Lucas. Hello. So happy to have you today.
Hi, good evening to all.
Hello. Okay. Wonderful Wednesday. Okay. So maybe we can talk about what have we been doing for the last 2 weeks.
Actually,
Yeah.
I think for the start of the year, I think everybody is hopeful to have a new start to do a lot of things that hopefully to 2020, whatever happened in the past, will not bring forward to 2021. And it also a time for people to set a lot of plans, what they actually want to do for the next, I mean, for this year. So that's why I
Mm.
think today we talk about this thing called a parenting blueprint. It's really to have map out a plan for parents or I mean for couples to have a plan that they want, how they actually I mean uh, map out their roadmap to parents their
Correct.
children.
Yes, yes. Okay, so thank you so much. And today we also hope that you can, whoever is on live right now, can you share this link? Share this link to as many people as possible so that they can actually get to know this wonderful life we have to share more information and also to have more. We learn more as a parent as well, as well as relationship coach. Yeah. Okay, so let's see who is on our Facebook Live, right? Then we can see who is there, and maybe you all can put your names down. That people who are here already. Oh yeah, yeah, we have Mantik. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, maybe are you a parent? You can write down if you are a parent. You can write down the age of your child. Yeah, I think it's nice. We actually know who are the who are the people coming to our life. Yeah. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, yeah. Maybe are you a parent? Okay. So all right, 10. So maybe we can start seeing some of the introduce ourselves first. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yep. So this is our slides for today. Yep. So this is our slides for today about do we all have a parenting blueprint or is there one that we should have? And also we're going to share some real stories about some parenting stories that we should be uh, because the more stories that we know, that we're more aware and also that we can also prevent such maybe something that's not so good, we can actually prevent it from doing to ourselves. Yeah, that's how we all learn together. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. So this is the question: does the parenting blueprint actually exist? Right? And okay, let me introduce Lucas over here. Yeah.
Okay, thanks Jasline for the introductions.
Mm.
So actually, usually you'll be me, Bota, and Rose, which is my wife. She today is currently not available because she needs to settle some money to this. Okay, so you can actually find us in our Facebook page called In Conversation with Bota and Rose, and in Instagram Bota and Rose. That is where we will share a lot of topics on relationship issues on couples or even with singles who are actually looking for partners. Okay. Yep. Next.
Okay. So Lucas, I know that he's a tarot reader.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
So
I forgot to say. Yeah.
correct, correct.
I'm actually a tarot relationship coach. So actually, I've been doing tarot relationship coaching for probably close to 12 years, tarot reading.
Yes.
So I have seen a lot of people who have some relationship issues and actually want to find out more on their blueprint in a sense. What is their relationship blueprint? So
Mm.
it's also through tarot in a sense that I met my wife. Okay, because I use these tools to help me understand what is my relationship issues and how I can improve as a person. So yeah, I will share with you guys more next time on the relationship, me and my wife, how it happened again this time.
All
Okay.
right, thank you. So it's a very rare opportunity, you know. I know I long know Lucas, and I think it's a really, I think in Singapore, I think I don't really see such an expert. So I'm very very privileged to have him with us because it actually let us know that something that we are know something that is from the cuts, you know, subconscious, and it's really very interesting. Yeah. Okay, the next slide. Yeah, what does Lucas and Rosanna can do for you, right?
Yeah, so actually, for us, usually we would like to work with couples, usually, to prevent, any broken marriages, because we actually see a lot of couples when they're in the marriage for a long time, they start to have this kind of called lukewarm relationship. Okay,
Mm,
so when lukewarm means actually it's not really broken, but then it actually over the years you have like over the years they have this lukewarm relationship that you and your spouse are not probably go in depth into really connecting, really talking, just giving each other a cold shoulder in a sense.
mm,
Over the years, it will actually lead to a lot of other issues like broken marriages, and you also will actually affect your children happiness as well, because let's face it, if you and your partner are having quarrel and you are not talking, this will definitely affect the whole family energy and environment.
that's right.
Your children will also get to feel no connection between in the whole family. So what we can really do is we will want to from this lukewarm relationship and turn into one big happy family to
Mm.
actually to enhance and spice up your love life so that you and your family will be happy together again, and that is what is really ultimately what we really want to achieve.
Yes, yes, exciting. Yes. So I can understand, especially for uh, couples that have been married for many years, you know, and there are some of them are actually only relying on their children, you know, like connecting only to the children as well. So they also neglect the other party. So this is also one of the situations.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. I think because of my own parents as an example, they have been married for 30 over years, but they have been also quarreling a lot of times at home. So inevitably, when I was young, this actually affect me in certain ways. You see, so although me and Rosanna we probably only like married for 2 years, but
Mm,
through our own experience, we learn a lot of things from all these past examples, and
mm,
that's why we actually derive certain processes how to and also to let ourselves be conscious about the things that we should be aware of and
mm.
not path the way to broken marriages.
Yeah, correct. That's right. So for Lucas is that you have a baby daughter, you know? Yeah.
Yes.
So married for 2 years, right? So for me, I'm married about okay, I don't count, okay. So it's about 18 years, and my girl
Yeah.
is 17 already. So I can definitely resonate with that, especially when you have your spouse for so long. You know a lot about him. Yeah. So that's why I can feel that yes, lukewarm relationship is very, very common. And if we do not try to do something about it, it could even go to cold, right, Lucas? Yeah.
Yeah, for lukewarm to cold then become broken marriage. I think
Right.
that will be a time that you wouldn't want to go into towards that path lah. So in order so we do a lot of preventive before you go even to cold from lukewarm turn it to a happy family.
Mm, excellent. So it's very good for us to know how we can get help, or what are the probably we are in this stage, what can we do to make it better, so we do
Mhm.
not go into the other side, where we are having a probably a broken relationship. Okay. So for me, I'm a tactical parenting strategist. So I always tell people that there is always a better way. So I also ask that I'm a parent itself, so I have two children that are high achievers in school in Singapore. So my girl is in Dunman High. She's in the integrated program as well as my son. Okay, but the story about is that my daughter is actually very easy to handle. Okay, I think most girls I know are very easy, where they want to achieve, they want to do a lot of things, and they are very well behaved. So that is one of the advantage of having girls. I feel okay, it's not stereotype, but most of the girls are okay. And my son is totally different from my daughter. So he's very mischievous, and then he also has behavioral issues. Okay, and he's also doesn't like to learn as well. So I have very very hard time trying to accept him, as well as telling myself that I really need to uh, level up. Means learn as much as I can to help him, because as parents we cannot give up. So that's why I call myself tactical parenting, because nowadays children always think they are very very smart. So as parents, we must outsmart them, right? So always ask ourselves, if we want to hit all the our children, or do we have a strategy so that things are easier? Yeah. So
Well,
this.
I mean, Justin, with your experience, I think I can really learn a lot from you. I think every week I've been learning a lot of things about marriage and about parenting from your sharing. I think it's really good.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Lucas also. So I love the way, Rosanna and you talk about self-awareness. We should always be conscious about what our actions will affect other people, our relationship, and also our children. So that is also very strong in my mind when I know about you and Rosanna. So thank you so much. Yeah. So for me is I have three M's. Very simple. I motivate. It means I encourage parents that actually they are the beacon of light for their children, and in order for them to unleash the child's potential, they are the key, right? And my mission is actually to help parents to find the way to become happy parents to happy children. And I believe in actions. So I will move parents into the right direction and giving them the strategies to improve on their parenting. Yeah. So these are the pictures that I see that, from the students that I have, how they can transform them from maybe some helpless, frustrated parents to happy parents, and also the kids are happy as well. So for children that are also not very confident in their studies, we can also want to direct them into self-directed learner as well. So you can see the pictures, this is how the transformations will come when they are under our care, right? So for me, I really hope people who are on this Facebook Live, please follow me on Facebook page. You can just type Jasline Loves. You can see me on Facebook page. I will giving a lot of values, whether it's articles or videos. And in YouTube, you also can see my videos. It can range from like, eating right for breakfast to motivating your child. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm also an international speaker, speaking for various topics, including helping your child to manage emotions or parents managing their emotions, as well as, I'm teaching thousands of people on relationship building with the children and motivating both the parents and the child so that both the child will attain their goals in life. Okay, so these are the pictures of my webinars that I have done with important, special people that are there. Then I'm so very happy that, I'm actually giving a lot of value. Yeah. Yeah. So I have also mentor one-to-one coaching, yeah, for parents and children as well to help them with their studies, their abilities, and also relationship. Yeah, same as Lucas as well. And also have classes, that is helping your child to actually do better in their studies. And it's both a parent and child kind of role, not only the children or the parents, but both of them working together. So it's very, very powerful. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, and then later on at the end of life, I'll give you a very special bonus for this parenting class. Yeah, yeah. So maybe for Lucas, you also can talk about your free giveaway later on. Yeah, so all stay tuned at the end of our life. Okay,
Okay.
so what is a blueprint? Okay, so blueprint is actually a plan, right, Lucas?
Yeah,
It's actually
actually, blueprint is actually a roadmap that actually you charge out actually to what you really want to. Let's say like in relationship, there are relationship blueprint. In parenting, there are also parenting blueprint. So what exactly does the blueprint in terms of parenting is about? I think typically it's really about your default mode of how you parent your children. I think a lot of people even they start like me for myself. I have a daughter of 8 months. So what exactly is my parenting blueprint? Actually,
mm,
by default, actually I was not very sure, but then but usually you will bring back to how you are being brought up by your own parents.
that's right.
Because you see, your own parents they parent you, they take care of you. So that is one set of parenting blueprint that
Mm,
you will already know. So and you'll be familiar with. And
mm,
if you are not going to research, you have no other examples to refer. So that is really the default kind of parenting blueprint that you will be having. And say likewise, that means I will actually like how my parents treat me. I will actually like do it to my daughter as well. Okay. So that
that's
is
right.
a really blueprint. So it's really important to understand what is your default parenting blueprint. So the moment you are understand and aware your blueprint, like for example, probably you are somebody who like to use cane, or
Mm,
you are somebody who like to give candy. So typically, sometimes in a family, there's the mom, probably a tiger mom, the daddy, they call it the candy daddy. You see, one
right.
give love, one give. I mean, a
One
kid.
is the like bad guy, you know, one is the good guy.
One guy, you see. So for parents, if you need to recognize what kind of parenting blueprint that both you have,
Mm,
and whether this is something that you want to use to parent your children.
mm.
Okay.
And
So
it's
if you don't like it, then how can you change it, and what should you change it to?
and also thinking about alignment also between the father and the mother as well. So I think it's also one of the aspect I feel you want to come up with a blueprint, but two of you must agree this is what we're going to do together, right?
Yes,
Because
yeah. Same way. So that means once you have this blueprint, both of you align, like what you say, align together, understand each other ways of parenting, then have a conscious decision to, to parent the children together. Okay.
can. Okay. So this is very important. Thank you so much. And I think this is a question that we want to know before we come up with a plan, right? We must have a goal in mind. So what results that you want as a parent, you know? Are you going to bring out a child that's your aim is for them to be happy, focused, cheery, you know, loving life, you know, or you want them to be able to achieve certain things in life, you know? So importantly, how the child will grow up to be, you know, that is what I feel as a parent. It's good that you ask yourself these questions of when you are planning for a blueprint. So I'm going to share with you attachment theory, okay? Because I feel that we're all here to learn, you know, and then we can learn a lot of theories that is actually being proven by studies already, you know, all the observations are done. So I think this is a very good theory that we can learn from. So attachment theory is actually a very famous parenting theory. It's actually describing the dynamics of long-term relationships between humans. Okay, so an important thing is that when the child, when it's just born, okay, if the caregiver and the child can able to build this very good relationship together for a period of time, it actually helps the child to grow up to be better in terms of the way they handle relationships, in terms of way they handle life, right? So this is a theory that is that if the child is able to have a very good environment when they are young, from young. So Lucas, this is just nice for your girl, which is just how old is she going to be? 1 year old soon?
Yeah. She's currently only 8 months.
Mm.
So and we are very conscious on how we are interacting with her. What are the
Mm.
things that we talk to her? Because we actually understand that our emotional, our behavior will actually affect her in her learning. Because just for example, our little girl, she really learn things very fast. There's a day when actually my wife actually put her in the car seat. Baby girl, in the
Yes.
baby seat. So she will actually buckle her in the car seat. Then my baby girl will actually just look at her, what she's doing. So
Mm.
after that, throughout the whole journey, she was just trying to figure out the buckle, the baby seat buckle. Okay.
Mm.
So by the end of the night, the evening, when we actually journey back home, she successfully actually unbuckled the baby seat by herself.
Wow.
Oh, we are so amazed at what is this little girl doing, man? She
Yeah.
really observed, she tried it out, and at such a young age, she can actually mimic and do
Do a
certain.
lot of things. Yes,
Yes.
yes. So very fantastic. So then even more important if we are doing things that is not so appropriate, the child will also learn as well, right?
Yes. So let's say if you have some bad habits of saying some vulgar word, then you try
Mm.
not to say it in front of your children. And because I was sometimes okay, I have some probably habits of saying certain Hokkien word that is probably not really nice.
Mm. Yes.
Then my wife will just actually say, hey, stop doing that because you will actually baby will actually learn all this.
Yes, correct. That's right. So that's why when we are more aware and learn certain things, right, we know that as parents, we have such an important role to the way we shape our children's future, right? And how they actually form relationship with other people. And of course, relationships will turn into a different lifestyle for the child. So parenting framework is have a lasting and significant impact on our children and the society because the society is made of so many people, right? So one of the reasons we actually learn them is that, you know, so that we know how we can frame up, you know, how we can teach our children even when they're just a few months old, like what Lucas has shared with us. Okay, so a very picture, you know, a very easy picture for you to understand. What do you mean by, you know, if when the child is having a certain kind of experience, when they are becomes adults, they will feel a different, their way of the relationship will be different. Okay, so secure. Okay, if a child feels secure when he's young, right? Okay, uh, he knows when the mother leaves, they feel that he's happy when the mother comes back. So he's very sure that he needs an attachment, which is the mother. Okay, and then most likely when he goes to adulthood, right, he also will feel very confident because the mother gives him the security, right? When he's young, he knows that mother is always be coming back. Okay, so this is the one important attachment theory that the findings, right? And of course, if the caregiver, okay, it doesn't need to be a mother, it can be just one caregiver. It could be it has different kind of behavior when he's young, when taking care of the child. So he finds that avoidant, okay, is one of the attachment that the child feels, right? Okay, he actually feels that actually it's so unreliable, I don't really want her to be back, my caregiver. And you find that this child is also very distracted. Okay, so in the end, when it turns into adulthood, right, there's this possibility that the child will feel life alone. She feels it's okay, I can be alone. And then this kind of people will find that it does not open up emotions, doesn't know how to discuss his problems. It's like a social it's not so able to adapt very socially with others. Okay, so that could be the probable, if the bad experience when he's young, it will go into adults. Okay, so the last one is about ambivalent. Okay, so when the caregiver is that you find that it was in an environment that does not interact a lot with the environment. So maybe the caregiver is just, maybe it's a maid, okay, and the maid doesn't like to play with the child, doesn't give toys, doesn't give love, and you find that the child will grow up to be very preoccupied because he's very afraid of being rejected because he has never found love and care when he's young. So, and also you find that he's very obsessed to keep very closeness. Okay, so that is the uh, side effect, I can say, or the probable relationship that the child will have if he has different kind of experiences. Okay.
Yeah, I think in summary, right, the whole thing about childhood is to really let your child feel secure, feel being very, very loved
Mm.
when they are young, because it will directly translate to how they will behave when they're in adulthood. So let's
Mm-hmm.
say if you, I know nowadays a lot of people who will want to put their kids and under the care of their mother-in-law or
Mm-hmm.
even the maid. Okay,
Infant care, yeah.
yes, infant care, all these things. So we must be really conscious about them having the correct feelings from all these different caregiver. You see, and I'm pretty sure if all different caregiver give different kind of feelings to the child, then yeah, you just need to be aware. Like, I mean, the most important thing is really to make them feel secure
Mm.
and not make them feel that they are neglected,
Left on his own,
left
yeah.
alone, all these things. And this is
Mm.
really important. So throughout the whole childhood life, the experience, this is something that we need to take note of. Lah.
Yes, correct. Because I think it's because of the busy lifestyles that we have. We often have maids, but maids, we can actually teach the maids to be more loving, to actually how to care for the child better. So it's always a solution. And whenever you are home, try to also do your best, that you can provide to your child the security and the emotional part. I think that
Yeah,
for all.
yeah. So this is also sort of the blueprint that a person have. You see. So let's say if your parents always put you with a care of other people, a maid or other people, wives, then same thing. What you will do, you'll probably do the same thing as well because you feel that since young I also been taken care by my grandmother. I've been taken care by my maid. So
Mm,
what is it wrong for me to actually put
I see.
my child with other person, but I can still go and work and do my things, you see. So
Correct.
with that, then you will realize, hey, actually that's is my default kind of parenting blueprint that I having,
Mm,
you see. And do you
yes.
think that that is really something that is good for you, good for the children, or what? Then if you are aware of that, then probably you want to change a bit of how all these things can be mitigated lah.
Yep, correct. Very good point. Okay. So have you thought why you're the way you are? So I think Lucas has brought a point that it's probably is the way we see our parents parent us. But also one thing to note is that the era that we are now is so different from the era we are being brought up then. So
Mm.
definitely we need to change the way we parent, of course taking the good stuff, but we need to keep up with the times as well. Okay. So there's a lot of million ways to parent a child, but that when you grow up, right, we are exposed to only one. Okay, we must know that what kind of decisions our parents chose to parent us, will actually will influence the child. Okay, so the important is that you as parents, you decide what kind of experience you want to give your child so that your child can have a happier relationship when they grow up. Okay, so one of the things that we learn about attachment theory is that it helps us, because we know our theory, but what's the point, right? So it essentially shows us that the approaches that we may find work better for us, compared to what our kids we have been doing. So if you like you say, Lucas, have reminded us, even we are very busy, how we tell our caregiver, the way we instruct them to even like pick up the child when she's crying or not, the kind of rules that we pick up, the child can actually know what kind of emotional attachment that she has with this caregiver, right? So because we have a lot of different kind of parenting tools with us, and usually what will happen when we are so confused what to do, we will always think of what has been parenting us, that means our parents, right? And probably we may also make the same mistakes as our parents. So that's why we need to learn more so that we know what is the best for our child. Okay, so we have case study time. So yeah, Lucas, can you share with us some real life examples that you can also tell us the story behind it?
Yeah. Okay. Next.
Mm, okay.
Okay, yeah. So this case study that I'm actually going to bring out is actually a teenage boy who actually refused to listen or share anything to his parents. Okay, this is quite a recent case because these parents actually come to me saying that their boy have certain issues and they just refuse to listen to them, and he
Mm.
often talk rudely to them and in a very impolite manner. And the parents are really lost and worried about him because whatever things,
Clueless. Yeah.
yeah, whatever things they try to say to him, he just doesn't listen. But a
Mm.
third party, okay, will stop him. Then somehow they will actually understand and agree with what they say. But he just refused to actually listen to his own parents. Okay,
Mm.
so
It's quite
actually,
dangerous, right, Lucas? Like, what if the experiences or the advice he takes is from friends, it's not so good advisors.
yes. That's what his parents is really worried about, and he's also disheartened to them to see that their son that they have raised up for so many years, 17,
Mm.
18 years, but don't want to listen to them, rather
Mm.
listen to a stranger, to a third party. And
Lost.
they are also disheartened why their son become like that, so distant to them.
Disappointment. Yeah.
Yeah, disappointment, of course. So I have a chat with both of them. Then I really just from a quick conversation, one session conversation, I can really see why and understand why this boy is behaving like that.
Mm.
Okay, I mean, from it, if you guys can from what do you think the boy will behave the way he is now? Because there are certain key factors that happens to him. Okay,
Mm. Oh.
usually it's because of the parents' issue. Okay, when I actually spoke to their parents having this kind of lukewarm relationship, which just now earlier on I have mentioned about over many years. So
Okay.
you can really feel that they are not really connecting, but
Mm.
I mean they can talk to each other, but then they just not go into deep level because I think over probably 20 over years, their relationship probably a bit not as lovely as it is. Okay, they just touch surface things on how they feel that the way how they parent their children is the correct way, and they refuse to even to listen what the boy want to say.
Mm.
Okay,
No communication, two of
yes,
them.
so it's always a one way communications. Okay, and from the way how the husband treat the wife, how they speak, you can also see some lesson from them. Cause
Mm.
the husband will always talk down to the wife, saying that,
Mm.
yeah, you also don't know his things lah. You don't anyhow say.
Mm.
Okay, then he will also say certain mean things to his wife. So in the point of view of the child, he will feel that, hey, probably
No
that's how
respect.
my
Yeah.
yeah my dad didn't really respect my mom, and probably that's how the way it's supposed to be. So
Mm.
he will just react the same the way how it is, because it's in the family mom, and
Yeah.
what the dad do to the mom, the son will just reciprocate, do the same thing.
Yes.
See, so that's
Correct.
why they will always say that uh, if you want your son to treat you well, it's best to show him that you treat your own parents well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
See. And so that's why when I talk to the son, actually I realized that actually he he kind of knows what's happening in the house and doesn't really feel that the connection between he and the parents, because he find that actually the parents also sometimes also quarrel and not really
I see. So I think it's not only lukewarm. I think they are not having a very good relationship as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
lukewarm to probably a little bit to cold in a way.
Correct. Correct.
So and I think this happened over the years.
Yes.
And
Or like one like suddenly it happens, right?
yeah, and it had not been addressed over the years, you see. And so it leads down to now the kids is probably only like 17, 18 years old, going to army
Yeah.
soon. I mean in the army really.
Actually, this case is like a teenage boy, but you can also say, oh, because he's at this age he's rebellious, etc. But actually, I have another story is about a young little boy, is about 4 years old as well, because of the how the father actually treats the mother. Okay, he is also rude to her, and even like just don't really consider her as a wife. I would feel so it becomes that the son actually also treat the mother very rudely. Yeah, even like when she will also the boy will also hit the mother and and it's like really hard hit, it's like it's quite it's a pain to see that, so these are true stories that, when parents actually really do not function well, they don't show the love and the care, and that's how the child also learns that, he can be rude to the mother, etc. So it's I definitely can understand. Yeah, so I
But
think when you ask, yeah, yes.
I think that parents, let's say you have a problematic children right now, and you feel that you can't really communicate to them.
Yep.
Probably before you think that there's a problem issue with your children, why don't you look at yourself first, between you, your relationship with your spouse? How is this relationship is about? Because often case is your children are just actually learning from you how you are dealing with the relationship between you and your wife, right?
Yes.
See?
And okay, then one thing to add for this parenting talks is that relationship really matters. So if you have a very strong relationship with a child when young, right, when they are going into teenage years, you find that you're still able to have a relationship over there. Means that although he may rude to you sometimes, but when you say certain important things like maybe the choice of subjects, let's say, or the choices that he go if you want to further studies or whatever, they will still be able to listen to you, versus if you have not invested the time in him when he's young. So there's a very vast difference, and I feel that this is what I also want to let our audience know, that relationship is the key, okay, to preventing such issues as well when they go into teenage years. Yeah.
Yeah, probably like somebody might say that probably they are single parents. Okay,
I see.
they are single parents. They don't have another spouse to pick up. And you as a person who are the caregiver of your children play really an important role.
Yes.
Because that means they will look at your relationship with other people, your relationship with your own parents, okay, your relationship of with other strangers. How I mean, anyway, the children will learn from it. The way how you behave, they will then reciprocate in different ways. See?
So yeah, it's worse if it's like a single mother or a father, maybe they have also very baggages there with them. So the way that the parent could be yeah, could be not so, maybe the son or daughter will pick up that, that they will help them. They will maybe the in the relationship with others, they also be affected as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So of course we try all to avoid all this. So what's the learnings that we have, Lucas?
So actually, like as I said earlier on, relationship
Mm,
of parents do really affect the way how their children behave.
mm,
Understanding your blueprint of your own relationship really helps as you translate how you actually try to parent your children. You see. So
right.
uh, yeah, I mean, oh, which I always share with my clients or friends that if you really want to have a good children, you really need to set a good example to them.
Yep.
Okay, teach them the correct values and show them the correct ways to act. You see.
Yes. So we all need to. So before we say about the blueprint, we also think about how we are doing now as a couple, and how we want our children to be. So we start either change, or we seek help, right?
Yeah. So actually, for example, just now we talk about the blueprint for
Mm,
couples. If both of you had different parenting blueprint, parenting style. Then both
Correct.
of you must come into alignment. What is a common thing among all this parenting?
Mm.
Let's say me and my wife, she's somebody that she really want the child to become like a scholar, study really hard. But
Yes.
for me, my parenting style, I think I'm more of a candy. I want her to be happy. As long as she
Correct.
feel happy, I'm okay with it.
Yes.
So then you can see that we have different kind of expectations.
That's right.
But it's okay to have different expectations, but both of you just need to have communication and talk through what are things that both of you can be aligned of.
Yes.
Okay? So, and no matter what differences both of you have, in front of the children, you must be seen as a team.
Align.
Yeah, you must be aligned and you must see as a team. So if mama say that you cannot eat sweet, then the daddy also must say, yes, you cannot eat.
Cannot.
Your mom say cannot. And
Correct.
you shouldn't be the ones and object, say, no, mama say cannot eat sweet, papa will let you eat sweet. Cannot do that. You see, then you will make the child feel confused, say, hey, what exactly happened, man? Both my parents.
Confused
Yeah.
already.
Then you will always feel that mom is the bad person. Then you
Yeah.
always go to daddy.
Correct.
Then you have misalignment already.
Yeah, I think this is still a small point about sweets. I think what a lot of parents is about education. So like you say, is because now your girl is still a baby when she's growing up. So it could be the fact that exam time, no need to study, or you can rest, but the mother wants the child to be studying hard, switch off all the TV, cannot go for soccer or whatever. So that could be the you really need to say who is going to decide on the actions, whether it's the mommy or the daddy, and
Yes.
don't
Have a no matter what the spouse, like whoever made the decision, the other one must back up the decision being made.
yeah, if there's any differences, then you like you say after the behind the back,
Yes.
yeah, but don't do it in front, and you show that you this conflict and then conflicts and then disagreement. That will be not ideal. Yeah.
But it must always show them that both of you are a team lah. If you're not a team, then your relationship is not good lah.
Must be loving, agreement, trust, confident. Yeah, very good. Okay, so okay, and then okay, so we continue, and next one. Okay, so now we are come to the end. Yep.
Okay, so we have talked so much about a relationship. Okay.
Wow,
so
49.
Over here, we also see the importance of a couple relationship. So for you guys that who want to have a good relationship with your wife, I'm going to give you a free 49 relationship tips that you can do to help create a loving relationship with just 1 minute a day. Okay,
nice.
These are little tips that you can do at home to increase improve your relationship with your spouse.
Yeah.
Okay, very easy stuff. Just learn it. Then I think to make it so lovely that you and your wife are now a team and not an enemy.
Wow, just 1 minute a day. We all have 1 minute, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Very easy task. Okay.
Yeah,
so
good.
Please go to the link. Okay. bit.ly /49 love tips and download the ebook. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Lucas. Okay, what's the second one? Yeah.
Another one is me and Rosanna, we are actually giving a complimentary relationship or life coaching. Okay, it will probably worth USD $280. So we'll be doing a free one-on-one coaching session for last 30 to 45 minutes. So we will actually work on the issues that you are having. So for me, I'm more towards relationship issues. Okay. So if you have some love life issues, all this stuff, you can come to me. Rosanna, if you are a career life, you need some life coaching, then you can go to Rosanna. Okay, what you need to do is just go to this link, bit.ly /free coaching one-on-one, and there is actually a survey form. You just need to fill out the form.
Wow, so generous of Lucas and Rosanna. Thank you so much. Yeah. What about this?
Yeah. Another thing is we also want to actually just let you know that we have this medical intuition essential oil to make you feel love, joy, and peace.
Wow. Yes.
You know that essential oil can actually help evoke a higher emotion of love. At times, I myself, I do use all the essential oil at home to make the place more lovely, more joyful.
Wow, great.
Okay, next.
Okay.
So basically, essential oil. Okay, the first 3 tier is a peace, joy, and love. That is something that will really elevate your energy to be a better self person and also a couple.
Very scientific.
Yeah. Next.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And so now, right now, okay, if you actually use our coupon code product rose 10, you go to this website www.misssend.com, okay, and you can actually get all the items there at 10% discount.
Oh, great, great,
Okay,
great.
10% discount. So okay, all these are really it's a medical intuitive blend that actually will help you to elevate your energy.
Okay, great, great. Okay. So for me, I have 11 ways to develop your child's emotional intelligence. So you can download it from this link, which you can learn how to help your child to increase the emotional intelligence so that we can have a better head start for your child, a better life, right? So you just go to the, okay, I think it's HTTPS, okay, /bit.ly/jazz emotion, okay. And we also know that a lot of parents like to give healthy recipes for children, not those sweet kind, but really healthy ones. So I also prepared some really healthy recipes that you can go to the link over here, and then you can download it, right? So most one thing is this for this free giveaway, this fantastic offer that I have tonight will be my 2-day course, how to 10 times your child's performance. Okay, so this is a 2-day course, 8 hours, and actually I've taught a few pupils already, and they have gotten really good results. And most one thing is you learn to how to raise highly motivating children using my 4-step system. And who don't want to have better cooperation at home, right? So I also teach you how to have better cooperation at home, so you're stress free, right? And also the ways to increase a child's confidence in school, so that a child will want to do better in school. And what in 2021, what's the best time to do the goal setting right now, right? And of course, there's some of examination tips that I know I really want to share, because a lot of children they study very hard, but during exam time they cannot perform. So I really want to give all these tips to y'all. And very special price tonight, for tonight only 2 hours, right? So the total value is actually with all this is about 2,889. Okay, with we also give away ebooks, okay, ebooks such as a positive discipline, fantastic study tips, or all these, and discipline kind of videos as well, and all this is worth 288 okay. But tonight I only, with all for y'all, these 2 hours is $128. And how do you get this? Okay, and I'll given tonight also for the value, not that was the original plan, right? But what happened is, you see, we have 11 items of toolkits that was done for me. Okay, that means I specially do up all this just for people who sign up my course. Okay, and all the same price. That means there's 11 things such as secrets to getting picky eaters. Okay, that means these 11 things will help you from helping your child to eat better behavior, to all the way sleeping better and better EQ, right? So all these only $128, and very simple. Go to this link and you can register in this link right now. Okay, just only for these 2 hours for this fantastic offer. Okay, so yep, we have come to the end of our live. And Lucas, thank you so much for your time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for inviting me to your Facebook.
My
Right?
pleasure. So we'll see you hopefully next time with you and Rosanna. Okay.
Okay, sure. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Good night. Good night. Bye bye. Thank you for
Bye.
coming.